Hello and welcome to the Tank Club. What a great show we had with the global reveal for the Elder Scrolls Online Necrom chapter yesterday. This is due out June 5th on PC, June 20th for console, and the big talking point has to be the brand new class, the Arcanist. On first look, this appears to be a really fun and exciting new class that will add a whole new level of interest when it comes to both the Elder Scrolls Online and to tanking. The skills displayed look really cool with some great looking animations, but today we're looking at all the information we know so far and predicting what cool things we might see from an Arcanist tank. With this class you'll be able to harness powerful runes, tomes of ancient knowledge and the energy of Apocrypha to unleash a range of magic in defensive, offensive and support methods. It comes with a brand new combat system called Crux, and this is a very intriguing system which is brand new to the Elder Scrolls Online. I have seen something similar in other MMO games where some abilities are going to generate Crux and others are going to use it, and this is going to be beneficial as abilities will become empowered when you stack up your Crux, which will mean this creates another layer of interest to combat and another layer of power. So there's going to be 3 skill lines for the Arcanist, which include the Herald of the Tome, which is more damage focused. We've got Curative Rune Forms, which is the support skill line. And then we've got Apocryphal Soldier, which is the defensive skill line for the Arcanist. If we focus on to what we can expect from an Arcanist tank, we already know there's going to be a skill that opens up a portal, which allows you to move from one location to another very, very quickly. And this could be really useful for fast mobility, when you need to adjust your position as a tank to get to locations quickly when dealing with enemies and mechanics, and I can't wait to use this to jump ahead of my groups in dungeons to get those next ad pulls ready. Another interesting looking skill is the Tentacle skill, and while in the video footage it looks more like a damage skill, it could quite possibly have a morph which acts as a pull skill, which would be really cool. It seems like it could be something similar to the Dragon Knight's Unrelenting Grip. The animation of this skill has multiple tentacles, so it could even be possible that we would see an AoE chain skill that is capable of pulling multiple enemies, which would be really unique and also allow for other gear options on the Arcanist compared to other tank classes in 4-person content. On the Elder Scrolls website, we see it mentions that the Apocryphal Soldier skill line will allow you to dominate your foe's attention, is the wording they used. Could this mean that we're going to see an AoE taunt? It's often requested, and thus far AoE taunting has not made it into the Elder Scrolls Online, but what else could dominate your foe's attention mean other than gaining aggro? So that's a really interesting one to think about. We'll also have the possibility to buff ourselves or our group's defensive capabilities, which we can estimate this wouldn't be a group major resolve skill quite possibly, as it would be identical to the Warden's expansive Frost Cloak, which would be quite ineffective if that was the case. If it's something we can utilise alongside other defensive benefits to help our group, this would be really, really useful and make the Arcanist a very good option to assist with additional group survival. The final thing that's mentioned on the website is the explosive damage shield, which sounds very similar again to the Templar's blazing shield, but this skill can be buffed with Crux, so potentially the Arcanist tank will have some useful damage output, meaning we're not kind of bound to those similar things that we have already with tank classes where they're not able to output very much damage. We can more or less predict that we'll have some of the usual tank kit, which would be crowd control skill, a major resolve buff, and a max health scaling tank heal to go alongside the explosive shield, the group defensive buff, and whatever the dominate your foe's attention means. But I am really excited to find out what other things the Arcanist can do. We can hope for a nice unique group buff, and we'll see some interesting ultimates and passives to go along with that as well. We'll have all of the theory crafting, the testing and the builds for the Arcanist tank as we learn more when the Necrom chapter hits the PTS sometime at the end of April, and I cannot wait to get started. Make sure you follow the Tank Club on YouTube, Twitter, Discord, and check our website to stay up to date with all the information regarding the Arcanist tank. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.